So we recently decided to make some upgrades to our existing power setup in the van here. Bluetti just sent me this. It is the AC200P solar generator. It's a 2,000 watt-hour lithium-based solar power station here, and I guess it's essentially the newer version of what we have currently in the van. We currently have the EB240, and it's been really awesome for us. It's met all of our needs. It actually is slightly bigger power capacity than what this guy has, but at the same time, this one has quite a few additional features, which I think are going to be really useful for us on the road. So we decided to make the upgrade, and I'm actually going to put the EB240 in the van that I'm currently in the process of converting. I'm getting really close with that one, guys. Really making some progress with it, and hopefully we'll be done in the next couple of days. That'll all be part of the next video, though. I'll give you guys an update on that and sort of like a view of the finished product, but I am planning to install this hopefully tomorrow morning in that van so that the owner of that Hi-Ace there will be able to use it to take trips. It's a pretty solid amount of power, so I think it's going to work really well for him, and I obviously didn't want it to go to waste. And then getting this one set up this afternoon is going to be quite the process. It's a little bit bigger than I was expecting. When I was looking at the package, I didn't really actually look at the dimensions and measure everything out, but unfortunately it's not going to fit above where we have the EB240 currently, which is probably a good thing because that is a lot of weight to have up right above our heads while we're driving. It should probably be lower in the van anyways, so this is going to actually go underneath the bed behind me here, and then that'll free up all that space up there for extra storage, which is definitely a good thing and should kind of streamline the whole system. The only issue is I'm going to have to move all of the wiring around, which I basically just redid like a few weeks ago up there. I know it was only a couple of seconds for you guys. I basically just forgot to film the whole thing, but for me, that was quite the challenge, getting the new Bluetti into this compartment here. It's basically like the exact same size as the hole that I have cut, so lowering it in was like this very precise movement. I was trying not to drop it on the floor. I mean, the thing's like 50 pounds, so just trying to like finagle it and get it in the right position was not easy. I had to move our old inverter for the house battery that I have in there and reposition it on top of the Bluetti. I did free up a bunch of space up here, though. This whole area is basically completely empty now, so we'll be able to definitely use that area for more storage. It should be more efficient up there, and I really do think that there are some serious benefits to having the AC200 over our old EB240, even though the EB240 was really great. The AC200P here has a 2,000 watt pure sine wave inverter, which is quite a bit bigger than the inverter that is in the EB240. So we'll be able to use bigger appliances. Say if we want to like get a small blender or something like that and start making smoothies. I know Shannon really likes smoothies, and that's something that she really wanted to have in her Sprinter, but never was able to do because the inverter was too small in there. That's something that is definitely an option for us now. And then just overall, guys, like this thing is just a little bit more efficient, right? It has 6 AC outlets on there, as well as multiple different 12-volt outputs, and then the inputs are actually probably my favorite feature overall, the shore power adapter, which is what we've been using primarily to charge up our Bluetti, especially if we're at a campground, or even while we're driving, we plug it into our pure sine wave inverter, which runs on our house battery that was already in this van when we bought it, and that actually works to charge while we're driving. The AC adapter for the AC200 will charge about 2.5 times as fast as the old one did for the EB240. So that's going to make a huge difference for us. Like, we're going to be able to charge this thing basically from empty to full in only a few hours of driving, assuming that everything works out okay. And that's, I mean, that's going to be really helpful. When we go on a short drive, we'll be able to just turn it on, and it's actually going to make a difference. It's going to put a dent in the battery. And then what's really cool is that it will charge on that AC adapter while also charging off the solar at the same time. So even if it is a sunny day, we don't really have to sacrifice and switch one or the other. It's just going to be able to put a bunch of power into this thing, and it should be a lot easier to to recoup what we're using on a day-to-day basis. There are definitely some really cool features of the AC200 here. It is also expandable, I believe, so if we ever want to add another battery, we would be able to expand that total power, and I think it can take up to 700 watts of solar at any time. So again, if we want to add more solar to the roof, I don't really see us doing that, but maybe in a future build, if we move this thing over to that, it's definitely going to be really helpful for us on the road. You know, like I said, the EB240 is a really solid option. It worked well for us, but I think this thing is going to make things even easier, and it's just going to be a better option for us while we're traveling around. I will put a link in the description below to this Bluetti and the Bluetti store, and if you follow that link, you can get the best available pricing on one of these Bluetti solar generators. I'm very grateful that I get to work with Bluetti and that they sent me this here, and you know, it's going to be very helpful for us on the road. I'm still learning a lot about this AC200. I don't really know all the little details about it just yet, but I will keep you guys posted on how it develops over time and you know, how it works for us on the road. But like I've said a couple of times here, I really do think it's going to be very helpful for us. And thank you to Catherine, my sister, for receiving this package for me. It was in her garage for quite a few days while Shannon and I were over in upstate New York for that wedding that we talked about in last week's video. I know this video was pretty weird. It was just me kind of talking about our power system and updating it, and it was pretty short as well, but that's why it's just a second video for the week. It's a Friday now, and there will still be a video on Sunday. That's going to be me, hopefully, finishing up with the van build that I've been working on for the past few weeks here. I want to get the finishing touches on that, making some good progress with it, and hoping to have it done in the next couple of days here. And then Shannon and I are going to start heading back south. That's our plan. We're going to probably cruise down across the southeast and make our way back down to Florida over the next few weeks. It is starting to get chilly up here. It's going to be like in the 30s tonight, so looking forward to the warmer weather and getting back to the south for the winter time. I think that pretty much sums it up for this one. Big thank you again to Bluetti for working with me on this video, and thank you to you guys for watching and following along this journey. I'll talk to you all on Sunday.